Hey there, you filthy animals. Mr. Dirty back with another episode of the GTM show, and on today's show, we're going to be checking out falafel. Now, if you're not familiar with falafel, it's like chickpeas that have been mashed up, formed into little balls, deep fried. There's usually some kind of a binder or filler. Now, the falafel that we're going to be taking a look at today is coming from a vegetarian stand that just opened up in my local mall here in the village, and the place is called Maoz Vegetarian. I've been waiting for this place to open up for the better part of like 8 months to a year. They had the coming soon, the construction wall that's usually up at stands in any local mall that you go into, totally walled off, and normally you can hear construction and stuff going on behind the wall of whatever store that they're building there. This place, nothing. Not a peep, not a sound, ever. I was in there plenty of times doing business at Sabaro's, at Charlie's Steakery, and both these places are like on the sides of this place. Never opened. I'd pretty much given up, thought it was a scrap deal since checking their website repeatedly, waiting for this place to open up with the coming soon stuff. There's only like 11 locations of Maoz around the world. So it was starting to become pretty easy for me to believe that this place was never going to open up. I say 11 locations around the world, and we're talking like the US, Spain, the Netherlands, France, and Brazil. Now, out of the 11 existing locations, 3 of them were already located here in Florida, where I live. So with the rest of the locations so sparse and spread out throughout the world, why would we need a 4th one here? Regardless, doesn't matter. They finally opened up, so now 4 of the 12 locations of Maoz Vegetarian are now here in Florida. One of them is here in the village where I live. So today, we're going to be checking out their falafel. And the falafel, you can get it like part of any meal. I think it's $3.99 for just falafel by itself. For $3.99, they do give it to you in this little container right here. They fill it up to the top until they can get the lid on nice and flat. They do have a nice looking sauce bar on there, so I did pick up some Taziki sauce and some Tahini sauce. But without further ado, let's check out our falafel from Maoz Vegetarian. And bam, there you go. There's your falafel balls right there from Maoz Vegetarian. It appears for $3.99 you get 5 of these falafel balls going on here. They smell fantastic. They look pretty delicious. Yeah, I can't wait to dig into these. I had a few errands to run. I had to cruise around with these in the car for like a few minutes, a little while there. And the smell was just driving me nuts. All right, there's a better look at our falafel ball right there. Out of the container, you can see, it is pretty flat where it was mashed up against the lid there. But yeah, looking still pretty tasty. It's not all busted. We don't have like green chickpeas hanging out everywhere. Still intact, I would say. Yeah, looking good. We're talking about green chickpeas hanging out everywhere. Let me crack this open here and give you a look at the inside, all right? So there you go. There's your mashed up chickpeas on the inside of that falafel ball. Yeah, looking pretty fresh. Finally, the time has come. Down the hatch with our falafel ball from Maoz Vegetarian. All right, not bad at all. Very fresh tasting, very green, very gardeny tasting. And the breading, very crunchy on this, even though I said like I rode around for a few minutes for a little while with this in the car, so it did cool down a little bit. It wasn't like steamy hot right out of the vat, nothing like that. It's still very warm. It hasn't had a chance to get cold at all with the lead on there. It also didn't get steamy and mushy and like soggy. Still very crunchy and crisp. The breading itself thoroughly coated, and I would say it's a pretty thick coating of about 1/8 of an inch, something like that. I rip this open, so this is not a bite mark I'm showing you. But you can see how thick that breading is going around it there, and the chickpea mix on the middle. Definitely some binders there. It's not all like completely chickpea mash, but somewhere in that mix, definitely I can taste cilantro and a few other like green herbs. Usually I'd be put off by a cilantro flavor, but there's so much other stuff going on here that it's just part of the mix. But because of my absolute distaste for it, I can pick it out. Just like onions and peppers, I can usually taste those a mile away. But here, yeah, not offensive. There's so much breading, and your typical like Middle Eastern spices going on also. So the base product, not too shabby. As I said, I did get the Tahini sauce and the Taziki sauce going on here. I believe that the darker of the two is the Tahini sauce. I've had Taziki a million times, but I don't know if I've ever had the Tahini sauce, especially not from Maoz. So we'll just go in on that real quick one time. Down the hatch with that. Nah, I can't say I'm too big on that. It seems like mostly nothing. It comes across like chalky, milky, but mostly nothingness, and the wetness of it seemed to enhance the cilantro flavor on the falafel. Yeah, not down with the Tahini sauce at all. So let me try some of the sauce on its own. Yeah, something about that I don't like at all. It seems to have its own cilantro flavor going on. And yeah, real chalky. Not liking that at all. All right, the Taziki sauce. Let's go in on that real quick. Taziki sauce I love. We put it on all kinds of stuff. I like to make my own. Down the hatch. Oh, wow. That is where it's at right there. That completely eliminates all of the cilantro flavor, leaves you with a nice Taziki sauce flavor without being like over the top, slap you in the face cucumber. One thing I do have to say about these falafel balls is that no matter the sauce that you dip them on, It doesn't make the breading soggy or wet. It always stays crunchy. I gotta get just a little bit more with the tzatziki sauce. I gotta say, that tzatziki sauce is better than the tzatziki sauce that I make, and I like it better than the tzatziki sauce over at Euromania. Yeah, this is damn good. I could definitely see myself picking this up a few more times. It just wouldn't be my go-to. But yeah, definitely going to be a repeat offender. So for Maoz falafel balls and their tzatziki sauce, I'm going to give this a high 4 out of 5. So once again, there you go, the falafel from Maoz Vegetarian. 12 locations throughout the world. I know some people are going to be salty that they don't have one near them. They can't run down there and get it right away, but I'm sure that you have a falafel stand somewhere in your town. Definitely give that a try. But if you do have a Maoz Vegetarian, give it a try and let me know what you think of it, especially any of my viewers that are vegan, vegetarian. Let me know how on point this is for you guys. I'm Mr. Dirty. This is the GTM Show. Don't forget you can buy Knucklehead shirts and hoodies down in the description. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at TheRealMrDirty. And as always, get out of here and go have a rotten day.